Hey guys, just thought I'd do a short video on the feasibility of me replacing my top dead center pointer. Is that little yellow thing there? This is not my car, this is just a picture. Okay, but you can see it there. It's got two bolts there. This is an opening here into the clutch and the flywheel. So you can find your top dead center when you're doing your cam belts. I did mine about 18 months ago or so, and when I did them I noticed that when I took the inspection plate off, I found out that I didn't have one at all, and it's sort of spun me out a bit. Anyhow, I still ain't managed to do the job, but I'd always wanted to put one in there, and the fear is putting these two bolts in here, which I don't even have yet, so I don't even know what size they are. I may have them, I may not. The fear is dropping something into here, to the clutch, to the pressure around the pressure plate and so on, the clutch, and then having to take the entire bell housing off to get it out. So that's my fear of actually replacing this. I've got the part from Superformance. There it is. It's I think it's about £7. Pretty cheap. I mean, you could probably make your own, really. But that's actual part from Superformance. And here's the part number if anybody wants to know. Just there. So I'm going to take the inspection plate off, which, as you probably already know, is down there, a little bit hard to see. It's there where my camera is, my pointer. That's it there. It has a couple of very small nuts. I'll see if I can zoom into it. There it is there. It's got a rubber there as well, and you can get the rubbers pretty cheap as well to replace the rubbers. Mine's alright, so I'm not going to replace it. But there's two of those nuts, that's it. That's all you've got to take off. Just be really careful when you're taking them off. It's a little bit of a fiddly job. There's the other one, I think, is it? Hard to see, sorry. He's under there. It's definitely there, I assure you. There he is. There's the other one. Okay, so it's those two nuts on there, and one there. Lighting's crap, sorry. So I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to have a look at the feasibility of attempting to put it on, and also finding out what size these particular bolts are here. They look fairly standard. They sort of almost look like 10mm to me, but it's hard to say. So I'm going to find out. Looking at the holes on there, I mean, you know, it's a possibility of 10mm bolts, but we'll find out. I'll have a look first. So I'm going to take that off now and have a look and see what it is. When I find out what size these nuts are on top of here, because I haven't even checked that yet. When I find that out, I'll mention that in a sec. Alright, I'll be back. So the nuts on the top there to remove the inspection plate are 8mm. So what I suggest when you go to take them off, use a trying to get in shot. Use a magnet, okay, and just because they're really fiddly and they're really small, if you just place the magnet touching the nut, hope that's in shot, and hopefully it'll work. And you can get the washer because it has a little washer with it. When you bring them off, you don't have too much fear dropping them, because you get them on there. Makes it a bit easier. I mean, if you trust yourself, it's no big deal. but I don't trust myself. Alright, so I'm just going to zoom out a bit so you can see. Now I'm going to take the inspection plate off. Hopefully I can get my buffet in the way. Should just lift up. Take it off pretty square. Just a little bit fiddly. Get it away. One side off, and just pivot around, get one side up, pivot it around, and then out it comes. A little bit awkward for me, as you can see. I have a broken hand. Anyhow, and then the rubber comes off, and there's the rubber. Mine's in reasonable condition. It's got a little split here actually. Don't remember seeing that last time it was off, but for what they're worth, you know, wouldn't hurt to get a new one, but I can assure you it wouldn't be hard to make one of these either, because they're not necessarily molded. That's just heat over time that's caused that. I don't think they're necessarily molded, so if you've got a bit of heat resistant and oil resistant rubber lying around, you could probably just make one. Save yourself a little bit of money. Alright, so very dark, and there it is there. There's the hole. It's very dark and covered down there. See if I can get a bit of light on it. About 3 in the afternoon here in Perth, and it's coming on winter, so we're having a bit of a woolly day here. Yeah. Okay. Well, try as I may, I can't see the holes. I think I can see, yes, I can see them, and they look small. This is where I'm a bit scared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a rag inside the hole. Easy enough to pull out, so that way if I do happen to drop a nut, should I say a bolt, then I'm going to be able to get it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a rag in there. So I'm going to put a rag in there, in that hole, okay, in through the inspection hole, port, and I'll be able to pull that out. Right, I'm going to do that and see if I can find a bolt that will fit. I'll be back. Okay, I think I found the right size screw, bolt. Okay, so you can see I've taped it onto the socket there, just so for an extra bit of precaution. What I've done is I haven't used a rag. I've put a bit of foam in there. You can see there's a bit of foam, and it really does seal it up. And I've attached a string, so if the foam does get lodged too far in there, I can pull the string and it'll pull the foam out. Nice long bit of twine on there. So that's my plan. If I do somehow get that stuck in there and it's a little bit difficult to get out, I can pull this twine and pull it out of the clutch housing. So hopefully I can get these screws in, these bolts in. They are a pain, I'll assure you. I've taken the wheel arch off and the wheel off on this side to try and get in there. but try as I may, it's too difficult. So even a small extension like that, you know, which is a short one. I don't have a shorter one, I've only got longer ones. So even that is just too long to get into the cavity to be able to square this in, so I'm going to have to try and do it with my fingers, and that's why I put the foam in there, because know me, I drop nuts and bolts. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to do that and see how I get on. I'll get back to you. Okay, I've got them in. See it down there? It's so hard to get a shot of it. There it is. So it's just there. There they are. They're not tight. They're not fully tight. They've got spring washers on the back of them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the foam out now, and then tighten those two up. And then I'm thinking about actually turning the engine over, which means a bit of work on the other side, taking the wheel off and the belt covers, the belt guard off, so I can crank the engine around and see if it's clearing everything. I'm just a bit paranoid, but hopefully I'll get that done. I'll tighten these up and I'll get back. I'm going to pull my little foam bit out now and see if my thing worked. So here's my string, and out comes my foam. So my little idea works reasonably well. I may even keep this little tool. Bit of twine, bit of foam. I love foam. Anyway, I'll get back to you when I've tightened that up. Okay, I've tightened them up. I'm just going to go in, see if I can see them. There they are. And you can see the brass coloured little thing. I'm going to paint it yellow, the tip of it, the point. You can see there's a couple of spring washers on there. Preferably I would have preferred bolts without a flange around them, you know. Try and focus that. There it is. Bolts without a flange, but nevertheless, I have a flange. Just going in underneath, seeing if I can spot it from in here, but I can't. It's right in front of me. It's right there, but oh yeah, there we go. You can see the two bolts. There it is. Okay, it's in. So now it's just paint it and then put the two covers back on. Alright, so pretty pleased with that. Otherwise I would have had to take the bell housing off to get to that, and I didn't want to do that until one day when I do the clutch. But I wanted this in because I might not do the clutch for a while, and I'm going to want to do cam belts, so probably before I do the clutch, so just to make my cam belt changes a bit easier, give me a bit more peace of mind. Don't know why it was missing in the first place, to be honest. Bit strange. Hope I don't find one when I take the bell housing off. Hope I don't find one just sitting down in the bottom of the bell housing. Scary. But anyhow, that's not coming out. Well, I hope that helps someone. They were 8mm hex on the bolt, and they were 5mm thread going in. So I hope that helps someone out. The little foam thing was a good idea, I think, if I do say so myself. Anyhow, now I have this scenario happening. I have it like this. and I'm going to paint it yellow just like that with the old paint pen, and then when I get around to lining it up to top dead centre I'll also paint here, so it marks PM, so getting it top dead centre, PM 1 to 4, cool, cheers. Okay, so it's all been completed. I turned it over and checked the clearance before I put the inspection plate back on, but as you can see it's down there, all on, all done up, and I spruced it up a bit, cleaned the plate up a bit before I put it on, and it's all done. Alright, job done. Excellent. I like little details like that. Thanks for watching.